This is a bit of a different video than usual. I didn't know how long this was going to take to film, so I'm just gonna play the ranked match live instead of actually recording my gameplay and then talking over it. I played in MCSR Ranked Playoffs in Season 6, which was the start of 2025, and it was one of the, most surreal experiences I've ever had. I've been trying to make playoffs again since I haven't, this season specifically, but even before that, I'd always wanted to play in playoffs, and I never thought it would happen. Not that I never thought it would, but it was very surreal to me that it could even happen. And I was pushing for it every season, and I never got close, and then I decided that Season 6 I was going to try to lock in and get it. There's also a pillager chasing me, which is quite an interesting experience. I started playing Season 6, and I was locked in, Phase 1, and I still had class at this time, and one day, randomly in the middle of math class, I check my phone, and I have a message from Curryway. I was like, oh, that's interesting. What's this? I was just, so confused, I haven't messaged Curry that at all. I think I had, one message with Curry, but it was just, I didn't expect it at all. And, yeah, I read the message, and it's just like, oh, hey, so would you want to be coached by me to make Season 6 playoffs? I think you could do it. And I was just like, oh my god, this is awesome. And I think a couple days after we did, the first coaching session we had, and it was so surreal. I mean, at that point, I had, barely streamed outside of my own channel, and, I haven't really been on other streams. I think, maybe for a few seconds, I'd played Lockout with Feinberg or something once, and I think it was, the other one time I was in a big stream. But playing with, or, not playing, but, getting coached by Curry was crazy. I mean, there was 1,000 people watching me, I'm just some fucking random numpty. It was so strange. But yeah, the coaching, throughout the season, we were playing really well, and I was doing fairly well in my placements. I didn't end up being able to play in the mid-season championships, or mid-season showdown, sorry, which is actually really important for making playoffs because it gives you a lot of phase points. It was at 7 AM on a Monday for me, which is just exactly when I needed to go to class, so I couldn't do it, which was unfortunate. But I ended up getting to phase 4. There was still a chance. Sorry about that. I ended up getting to phase 4, and there was still a potential for me to qual, but there was this one day where I just had a really bad day, and it did not go my way at all, and at that moment, we decided for me to just play LCQ because it wasn't worth tilting and having a bad experience with the last day. If I didn't make it, it would make LCQ harder, so we just ended up deciding that I was going to play an LCQ. And, showing up to LCQ, I had confidence, I knew I was capable of it, but it is just such a hard format. LCQ is so difficult. I mean, you're playing against the very best in the world, and you're competing for top 4 spots out of 10 seeds, and anything can happen. I mean, someone can just get extremely lucky with strays, and then maybe you'll die to something silly and you'll just lose the run, and it is such a hard format. So anyway, I roll up to the first day of LCQ, confidence pretty high, very stressed out of my mind, I'm just feeling the pressure of every single person who supported me during Curry's coaching, and even everyone that I'd barely started to know, just all cheering for me, and it was a lot. And then, oh my god, surge crafting? There we go. And then the first heat happens, I'm in the end zeroing, and I fall off the 0 tower. I legit walked off and died. And then I'm thinking wow, I just choked my LCQ chance, that's it, on seed 1. And I keep playing, just confidence was kind of down. But then I just kept on not getting eliminated. I ended up getting 3rd in LCQ, and I was just wow, I made it. I don't have the VOD, unfortunately, anymore, but when I did, I was, very close to crying, I'm not gonna lie. It was just so emotional to have played that much in LCQ, not in LCQ, sorry, the playoffs in the season, and I actually made it through LCQ when I, might not have expected it at all. So yeah, it was quite emotional for me to actually get in. And then obviously, the actual playoffs. I mean, playoffs is one of the most fun experiences I've ever had playing this game. I cannot overstate that, sorry. I had the most fun ever. It was so good. Playoffs was so much fun. Yeah, so round 1 starts, oh no, round 1 starts, sorry. This is when the picks were happening. I think like Feinberg was picking, and I think Feinberg picked Shimon or something, and I ended up being the last pick, so I was playing Automat. And I think it was like a moment where Budgie had to choose between me or Tutorul, and Budgie ended up choosing Tutorul because we were friends. And I feel kind of bad because Budgie probably could have beaten me, and Budgie did lose to Tutorul at the time, which was unfortunate. But I did manage to 3-0 Automat, and that match, oh my god, the Automat match, that was insane. I don't even know what to say. I did not expect nearly as good of a performance as I had. And I ended up like, you know, winning the first seed, and then the second seed was a little shaky, but I managed to win. And the third seed, I managed to win with like a sub 8. And I was just so confident. Like in the moment, my nerves were through the roof, and like my gameplay is just like kind of like shaky, and I'm trying my best, but you know, a million fucking people are watching. Well, not a million, but you know what I mean. It just feels like so many people are watching, and just expecting top tier gameplay, and I thought I delivered really well. And then after the match, I'm just like feeling so good about myself, and then I look at the player picks. Oliver's about to type, and Raul, before Oliver even finishes typing the message, types pick Eric. And I'm thinking, oh my god, it's over. It's over. I just got picked by Raul instantly. He just has a million more confidence than me, and I thought it was just completely over in that moment. But we get to the match, and it's a back and forth, you know, we go 1-1, 1-1, get to the game 5, and I had my OBS overlay stuff still playing. And it was muted on stream, so it wasn't on the actual main stream, but it was still playing through OBS for me. So I heard people gifting subs and I think like a rating or something. There was a bunch of notifications in my ears, and I'm just sitting there like, wow, this is playoffs. Like, this is insane. I can't believe this is real. I just can't believe this is real. And I ended up playing the seed. I think I made golden carrot. Oh, I didn't make golden carrot, sorry, Raul did. And then it came down to a perch race at the end. I think I entered the end slightly ahead, and I ended up getting the perch, and that was it. I won that match. And after that Raul win, I don't even know what to say. I just didn't even believe it was real. It didn't feel real. I mean, I was just here as an LCQ player, you know, not even expected to do that well in the bracket. I managed to take out Automat 3-0, one of the biggest, like, playoffs competitors, made every playoffs ever, pretty much. And Raul, who was the 5th seed at the time, it was just insane. And, like, obviously the Raul game was close. I'm not saying, like, in another day it could have gone the other way, but in that moment, it just felt incredible to have done all of that. And then Dugal instantly picks me again, and I was hoping that after the Raul match, like, Dugal might be a little scared of me, but obviously, you know, as the LCQ player, it makes the most sense to pick me. Least playoffs experience, and I ended up getting 3-0'd by Dug. And even that Dugal match, even though I got 3-0'd, the experience of playing against someone as good as Dugal in the most, like, competitive tournament that exists, I will never forget it. That was just such an insane experience. It was so much fun. I can't understate it. It was so cool. And I don't know, it was just, I just have no words for it. I don't have an explanation for how it feels to be playing in that big of a tournament against one of the best players, if not the best player in the world. And even though I got 3-0'd, it was so cool to be able to compete against Dug. It was just insane. And then, yeah, my concluding thoughts after playoffs, I mean, I was so happy with my gameplay. I managed to get, you know, 5th place, I think, and at the time, the bracket was very different. Instead of it being, like, once you win one, you get to quarterfinals, I had to play 2 seeds to get to quarterfinals, and Dugal actually started in that round. The bracket was really bad at the time, but, yeah, I was still so proud of myself. I played so well, and hopefully we'll get back to playoffs. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video on my kind of experience making playoffs. It was just so cool. It was just so cool. Actually, amazing experience. Massive shout out to Curry. I don't think I could have done it without Curry. I know that, like, coaching might be, like, seen as kind of strange when I'm considered better than the person coaching me, but Curry helped me so much with my coaching, with his coaching. Like, the gameplay and suggestions and feedback he was giving me, like, even though it was pretty obvious and self-explanatory if I thought about it for a second, or, like, you know, actually tried very hard to think about it, there was so many things that he told me, and, like, tips with mental and everything that just, it really helped. It really helped, and it was so cool. So yeah, massive shout out to Curry. But yeah, hopefully we'll make playoffs again. I'm really hyped. Playoffs is such a cool experience, and I'm really happy that it's getting bigger and bigger. I'm gonna push for Season 10 playoffs. I mean, I think I can do it. I'm gonna try to auto-qual because LCQ is such a difficult format, and especially for me, given that it's at, you know, early in the morning, you know, 3, 4 a.m. sometimes, it can be really difficult to play in it. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think my plan for qualifying this time is to go for Season 10 playoffs auto-qual in that I placed like roughly top 16 in each phase. That was my kind of idea. As long as I do a little bit better in one of the phases, that should hopefully be enough. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm just gonna try my best and see how it goes. We'll see. Anyway, back to the kind of run. Waiting for a budge. That could be it. Yep, there it is. I accidentally chucked the 0, but it's okay. Yup. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll try to make more videos again. I wanted to make one on playoffs. Playoffs is awesome. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.